Alright, let's jump right back into the thick of World War I. You won't believe what happened in WW1, Part 3. The year is 1916. The war has already dragged on for nearly 2 years and both sides are exhausted. But if you thought things couldn't get any worse, well, let me introduce you to the Battle of Verdun. Verdun was supposed to be a quick German victory. The plan? Bleed France dry by attacking a place they absolutely had to defend. But the French dug in, and for 10 months both sides hurled everything they had at each other, over 700,000 casualties. Yep, you heard that right, and for what? Almost no change in territory. While Verdun raged, the British and French tried to break the stalemate elsewhere with a little thing called the Battle of the Somme. Imagine this. On the first day alone, the British suffered nearly 60,000 casualties. That's the bloodiest day in British military history, and after months of fighting, the front line barely budged. Life in the trenches was its own kind of nightmare. Mud, rats, disease, and the constant roar of artillery. Soldiers lived with fear and boredom in equal measure. Letters home talked about missing loved ones, and sometimes about how much they missed dry socks. Meanwhile, away from the front lines, new weapons were making their debut. Tanks rumbled onto the battlefield for the very first time at the Somme. They were slow and clunky, but they terrified the enemy and gave everyone a taste of the future of war. In the skies above, pilots in flimsy planes began dueling for dominance. The age of the fighter ace had arrived. Think of it as a deadly game of cat and mouse, except with machine guns. By the end of 1916, millions of lives had been lost, but no one was any closer to victory. Morale was slipping, the world was changing, and the leaders on both sides started to wonder, how much more could their countries take? So, as we close out 1916, the war is stuck in a brutal stalemate. But don't go anywhere. The next phase is about to get even more complicated. New powers will enter the fight, and the world will never be the same. Stick around for Part 4, where alliances shift, empires tremble, and the war takes a turn that no one saw coming. See you there!